All right. I am pumped. Fridays where we drink.
We love it.
New episode. We got Juan here per usual from the Berwyn office.
What's up?
We have a special guest today, man. Please introduce.
Noe Fragoso, Pack Home Realty, Chicago.
So, Phil, is that your company? Because didn't you have like the NF?
Yeah, so NF Properties was my brokerage that we started about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And then I merged it with Pack Home Realty, which is a cloud-based company essentially based out of California.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm from Cali.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was born in Cali myself.
Where?
Really? I didn't
In
know that.
LA.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
wow.
born in
you're
LA. So I was there for only 2 years. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, that's my hood.
Yeah.
That's my hood.
So then your parents decided to relocate here?
Yeah, and then the parents went
Wow.
back to Mexico, and then they came back to Chicago, and then now it's cold all the time.
Oh, okay.
So after LA, they said, how about the cold?
Yeah, how about
Man,
the cold?
that's
I
messed up.
don't know. You know, everybody from Durango flew out to Franklin Park.
They're all in Franklin Park?
Yeah.
I love it, man.
No, I bet those spots. So how many Pack Realty offices would you say there are?
So right now we
Yeah.
are across, I believe, 8 states now. Opening Florida. I think Florida is about to go
Nice.
live.
That's
as
awesome,
well.
man.
So
Illinois
quickly growing.
licenses are reciprocal to Florida or no?
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome. I mean, a lot of people are always like, if they want to leave the cold, they're going Florida, Arizona,
Yep.
Texas. So,
Yeah.
and even Cali's going to Texas now.
yeah, there's a lot of movement. So now, obviously, with the setup that we have, it's really cool to kind of network and connect with these different agents from different states.
Yeah.
And pick each other's brains and obviously just help each other grow. So it's a beautiful community that
That's
we
cool,
have
man.
there.
So as an entrepreneur, man, like, all right, so you were doing your own thing. What made you collaborate with Pack?
So I was, as you guys know, obviously in real estate industry, you always kind of have to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
So I started to try to basically get more efficient with what I was doing. So I started looking for coaching outside of the office, right? So how can I grow and develop? So I came across this coaching program. And through there, I made some relationships and we all started becoming managing broker, team leaders, broker
Yeah.
owners, and on our own having success. And then we started talking about what would that look like if we started to kind of work with each other under the same brokerage.
Bring it under one big umbrella.
So the coaching company morphed into the real estate company.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty organic. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
it's
Well, we
so.
kind of did the same thing, me and you.
We kind of did. Yeah, we merged and then now we made it a bigger group.
Yeah.
So so it works because when you work with the right people, it leads to more success.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome,
see.
man.
So
I
yeah,
agree.
Good for you. That's awesome. So I know you've seen a few of these episodes,
yeah, they're fun.
but I feel like no one's ever really prepared to drink. I mean, we still have work to do, right? So
Some look forward to it. I like Rose. I think I remember she was looking forward to doing
doing the shots.
the shots, but
Man.
there's some hesitant ones.
And I know you know a lot of members of my group, man. But how did you guys connect?
North Lake Realtors.
Yeah.
That's where I met Noe.
Okay.
So I've been doing business with their office for quite a bit, and I would do it with Noe too when he was there. Sergio Aguirre is the owner, and then Renee also kind of runs the shop there still.
okay,
Renee
yeah.
Aguirre. Jose Herrera's out of that office. So that's how I
And
met
that's the
Noe.
connection with Jose, right?
Yeah. So that's where I started initially in North Lake Realtors, and I was there for 10, 11 years, and then I went off and did my own thing.
Was
That's
he your
awesome.
mentor, Jose?
Yeah, the OG mentor. Yeah.
He's the OG, man. He was an interesting podcast. He was talking about mobsters and dropping names and addresses and shit. So I'm like,
Yeah, basically, like his podcast is basically a day at work with him.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah,
Because he has
so-
stories for days.
Yeah, stories for days. So I just listened and took notes. That's all I did.
he's wild, man. He's a good guy, dude. He's fun. So what? All right. So you guys used to work together. Then you
Yeah.
started doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Led you to NF. Now we're at PAC.
Yeah.
What's next for you, man? What do you think is the next big goal?
I think right now that I'm just hyper focused on just trying to grow the local Chicago-based PAC family here.
Okay.
That's basically what I'm doing. That along with the NF team and continue to service our clientele, helping them buy, sell, invest, educate them with real estate. But then at the same time, now it's no longer about me and my team. Now it's like, how can I help others do what I've
That's
done?
the best.
So,
Yeah.
because this industry is hard, I started as part-time, just shadowing Jose at that time, and then I went full-time. I was able to quit a good job and get into the real estate industry, make a career out of it, grow it, develop it, be a top producing agent, get recognition on awards and all that fun stuff, build a team, make money, buy investments. I've done it all.
That's
that,
the roadmap.
Yeah.
That's
So
the roadmap.
I've done like all the little steps that you're like, all right, this is the next step. It was basically just that. What's the next step? What's the next step? What's next? So I basically just followed that, and I was like, all right. I got to a point where I was like, I feel like I checked off all the boxes.
Yeah.
Now let me help others do what I've been doing, because I was getting approached throughout the years of people that just wanted me to mentor them, shadow them, and how Jose did for me, I wanted to kind of return the favor, give back.
We kind of talk about that. We need mentors, and we still talk to mentors. And I talked to a couple of them that showed me how to do business still. So that's great you have that. And you do a good coaching platform too. I see that.
Yeah. So we make it a point, like the foundation is just that, the mindset and the skills that we have because a lot of people, they see these podcasts, they see the social media, and they're like, oh, let me get into real estate. It's cool, the successful ones make it look easy.
Yeah.
And
it is cool.
And it is cool. But the reality is that, we're, it's Friday and we're going to have a shot here or two. But right afterwards, there's an appointment, there's a meeting, and it's probably going to go into late at night, and the family is
how many messages you already have right now sitting here.
Yeah. So it's stressful, and the people your family needs to be on the same page. If you're single, you have a hard time even building the family and keeping everybody on the same page. So it's hard to kind of manage everything and be an entrepreneur and think of yourself as a business person and not just, a realtor.
You can't just wish it to reality.
No.
It's work.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I clocked out at 9:30. So I was still, I got home from the office, did a couple things, got back on the laptop, 9:30.
I was texting Chris at 1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really sleep.
And I'm sure it's the same for you, right? You have to pick up the laptop, or you got to make a call.
It's at all hours. We're always on.
Yeah.
You got to be on. That's the industry, though.
Yeah.
But you had the perfect pathway, man. That's exactly what it is. It is harder than it looks for some of the ones that make it look easy.
Yeah.
But it is fun. I think when you get good, this industry is really rewarding, and frankly, sometimes you get overpaid. I always think about like the doctors that we make more than.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm having fun now. Like it's kind of crazy. So.
Oh, but you do something else besides real estate?
I think at this point, no.
No, hell no.
No.
Like we talk about this all the time. I wouldn't do anything else. I couldn't do anything else. I know what I do.
I mean,
I'm not employable, man. We talked about that. Yeah.
Oh, well, if you think about it, you could probably do something else, because these skills that we pick up in this industry, it translates to every sort of business. Really,
management, leadership,
sales. So you could if you really want to, but do you really want to? Like I was going to school at the time to be a high school math teacher.
Really?
That's what I went to school for, and I dropped out. Right. So that was the trajectory, and I was like, I always said, oh, I'll come back and get my degree and you know and do that. But then I'm like, well, what's the point if the income I'm getting now is nowhere?
I'm curious, what did your parents think about that when you dropped out?
Well, initially, obviously, they weren't happy about it.
Yeah.
And then I did it to help the family kind of make ends meet.
Okay.
So they understood where I was coming from.
Yeah.
But, my mom always said, you got to go back to school. You got to get that degree. You got to finish it.
My mom said the same thing to me too.
So, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do
you should
it.
be a doctor.
Yeah.
No.
He's doctor of loans.
Yeah. So it's, and I told her, I was like, well, I'm still educating myself. So it's kind of like I'm going to
Hell
school.
yeah. It's constant education too.
So, yeah.
It's kind of, I have a very unpopular take on that. I think if you really want to do this, man, fuck school. And I know that's not very popular to say, but I kind of feel like if you want to go pursue your education in another field, then you're never really going to give your full attention to this. Or it should truly be, you want to do school and pursue that, go do it.
Yeah, I agree. Because me, when I was growing up, that was the thing. Like, my parents are immigrants from Mexico. So it was like, go to school, do well, get a job.
American dream, the whole,
buy a house.
There was a blueprint at that point in time.
Yeah. But now it's like, you can find yourself and get into an industry and work your way up and have success and put yourself out there, and people will connect with you in a way, and that could lead to business. And I mean, there's people making money on social media, Instagram, YouTube. There's no degree required for any of that stuff, 100%. Right? So it's really, if you want to have success, you can make it happen, and you can make a living off of it. So you don't necessarily need to go to school, get in debt, and do all of that fun stuff.
Man. I agree. Unless you're doing like a specialist type thing, right? But
there's so many people who go to school and they don't end up working for the degree that they have.
That happens
so
all too
they
often.
They go back to sales.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or they get like 4 degrees and you're forever
They
in
should
debt.
teach in school the sales because I came into this and I was blessed to have a mentor that kind of showed me the way.
Yeah.
But like in this industry, there's nobody to, even when you get your license, they're not telling you like, here's how you should talk
Here's
to
the
a
real
client.
rules.
Here's how you should handle an objection. Here's
funny
how
to say
you
that.
should present this offer. Nobody shows you that. So
That's so true.
you're just winging it. Like, you like the house. You want to make an offer. What do I do next?
That's
like,
so true. Even in our side of the fence, man, like you'll have like all these coaches, right? And they'll say like, hey, like call realtors. Okay. But where do I get these phone numbers? What do I say when I get them on the phone? You know, like you're right. Like we want to educate our team the real blueprint. This is what you say.
Yeah.
This is where you meet them. When you get that business card, this is what your outreach should look like, you know? But you're right, man. You don't really learn the ins and outs unless you have a good mentor.
Yeah. And then that's the beautiful thing about like what you guys have going on. You guys have a team.
Yep.
And as a result, whoever joins the team is going to benefit because they're being educated at the same time.
100%.
Yeah. As long as you don't have egos, man. I mean, there's enough for everybody, man.
How do you guys handle that? Like the ego when somebody joins the team and
we probably don't hire them. To be honest.
We've had some situations where we have hired and you know, we're an open book, man.
Yeah.
So like we'll show you all the secrets. We'll do some intros with some realtors. And sometimes we've had some egos where we're like, oh, we can do this on our own now.
yeah.
And then like you said, man, it's easier than it looks.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it hasn't really worked out. But
we have
there's
a great
blueprint.
team. Yeah, we have a great team that learns from us every day. So they're young.
And we learn from them, man. I'm not really tech savvy. They're over here like talking to me like I'm a dinosaur. Like I don't care about TikTok, man. Like I just don't. Yeah.
Especially with the way things move now. Everything's moved so fast.
Oh yeah.
Everything's changing
Yeah,
constantly.
Constantly.
Yeah. But yeah, the ego stuff, man, you got to watch that. But we've developed a good culture, man, where it's like a team-oriented type family workflow.
Yeah.
So it works really well.
And then the right people fit in, you know, and those are the ones you keep around.
We've never paid for recruiting. It's all word of mouth.
Organic.
Yeah, it's all organic.
That's how it should be. Because that's how things, the community, the culture gets built. And then that's when you really have true success.
Yeah. And like Michelle, right when you guys were saying hi to each other, I've known her since she was 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My number one like home mortgage consultant has been with me forever. I mean, I've known that family since I was 15.
Wow,
know?
that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's everyone's connected.
And we just hired my nephew, D'Angelo. It's going to be Monday.
It's the whole family thing.
Yeah, when I hear
I
that, I think little, the dude's huge. You better watch how you talk to him, Juan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. Because even like when I got into the industry and I was like, all right, I got my real estate license. What do I do with it? And then that's when I reached out to my OG mentor, Jose. And I'd known him from our town in Mexico. We're all like from the same town. And I remember when I was a kid, he would go there in the summers and, you know, he dresses well, presents himself well. And he was there all summer. And I was there on vacation from school. And I was like, man, this guy, I don't know what he does, but he's here as long as I am. I want to do what he does when I grow up. I didn't know he was a realtor. So fast forward, I followed in his footsteps.
And now you're doing it. That's a cool story. I didn't know that connection. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's 40 years in now? 4 years? Or
He's
been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I think he's been doing it since I was born. So yeah, so I'm 40.
Right.
I'm 40.
He said
so
it was before, like it was like the early 80s or like 79 or something crazy.
Crazy.
Man, I'm excited for this part, man. So this is where we start doing some spins. We do 3 spins.
All right.
If you land on anything that's too invasive, you don't have to answer. Just take another shot. No big
worries.
deal.
No worries.
All right, man. Do the honors.
All right. I should have like pre-read these questions.
I don't even know what's on it. I think we switched it up, right?
Yeah, we switched it up.
Oh, you switch them up?
A few questions.
This must be a new one. I think it says if you were Italian. Oh, wait. If you won $1 million,
Yeah.
what would you do? I said Italian, bro. I can't see. And I got glasses on.
If I won $1 million, what would I do?
You won $1 million today. What would you do?
Put it in the bank. That doesn't go far anymore, unfortunately.
Let's alter that question. You can't put it in the bank. You can't put it away for your children. You gotta spend it.
I mean, I'm biased. I'm in real estate. I would definitely just buy some kind of income cash flow property.
Yeah?
That's what I would do with it. That's just
For
me.
the viewers, what specifically would you buy?
I like multi-unit
Yeah.
for me. Multi-units is kind of my sweet spot where I kind of like to just put it in, $1 million you could probably get here in Chicago, 2-3 units, 4 units, and get that to cash flow nicely. So
Nice.
that's
awesome.
that's what I would do.
Man, if I could start everything over, I would only buy multi. You know, I started doing like townhouses, single families.
Condos.
That's not the route. You know, you want
Those
better
are
cash flows.
those are obviously, I guess, like lower barrier to entry because lower down payments
you
and
gotta
things
start
like
somewhere.
that. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But the stress of only that tenant leaves and you're 100% vacant, that stresses me out.
But imagine doing it all over again. I bought my first property super young, but I was just thinking, I was like, shit, if I did a multi, live in one unit, let the other units pay for itself and profit, like, yeah, if you're a youngster, man, go multi.
Yeah, if you can. And if not, just get into something. That's what I say.
Just buy.
You just buy something.
Yeah.
And everybody's waiting for the market to crash, for things to go down. I was like, everybody, all my clients been waiting since I got into the industry. Everybody's been waiting. It doesn't happen.
The waiting game does not
every
work.
year.
Yeah.
They say that every year.
I'm waiting.
When rates are sexy, how much lower can it go? Like, come on, man. We're always doing this whole waiting thing.
Yeah.
Get off the sidelines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just do something. Obviously, do your research. Be smart about it. You'll find the right property that makes sense. And the way the process is, you surround yourself with the right team, realtor, lender. You're gonna have success.
Yeah.
You know. So
100%.
So what do you say for people that get like just different opinions, right? Like we're saying don't wait. Some people are like maybe there's going to be a burst, right? Maybe values are going to come down, or people are saying rates are going to come way lower. What do you say to that person?
nobody knows. That's the thing. Like nobody knows what's gonna happen. So just take action, and you're moving forward. You know, if things, God forbid, go down, you know, did you put yourself in a position where you can ride it out?
Yeah.
And it's going to come right back up because it's cyclical. You know, real estate cyclical.
It really is.
Like I remember when I was, I used to be a truck driver. That was my thing. Well, after I dropped out, after I dropped out of high school, after I dropped out of
from
college,
California to Mexico, then you drove from Mexico here.
basically, right? I was doing that route for a while too. So yeah, no, I was in college. I dropped out. I started truck driving, and then I drove from like 2005 till 2005. It was 2008 when the market crashed, and it impacted everything. So, and I was already like trying to take my license to become a realtor at that point, and I did it as a backup plan. And I saw everybody leaving the industry. And then I was like, well, let me go into that. You know, I saw an opportunity, and same thing. It's like, the market crashed. Everything was, you know, dirt cheap. You couldn't give away a house almost.
Buy one, get
and
one.
everybody didn't want to do anything with it. But I just saw, I was like,
you learned with short sales and foreclosures.
yeah, that was everything.
That was
my first deals were nothing but that. Nothing but that. And
which those are tough to do.
They teach you so much.
Yeah, exactly.
And now,
patience more than anything else.
So now when there's drama on a file, it means like it's no big deal.
Yeah, been there, done that.
There's a broken outlet. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
The window doesn't close properly.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Let's figure this out. You know, so it teaches you a lot, but it taught me that, you know, everything will eventually come right back up and level off. And if you buy in the right spots, I saw people that were obviously negotiating with the banks, writing it out, and they came out on the other side pretty steady. Obviously, a lot of people were impacted, but that's because they were over leveraging themselves. Yeah. So nowadays, I just don't see that happening.
I try to educate people to say, like, forget everyone's opinion. Forget my opinion. Just use common sense, supply and demand.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And the facts are when rates do come down, you're just going to have so much more competition. And what that's going to do to prices is actually going to go up.
Exactly.
That's not opinion.
Yeah.
This is my spiel all the time to clients.
That's not an opinion.
Why are you going to wait?
Yeah.
Why?
Because when rates do come down just 0.5%, there's 2 million more home buyers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, make sense of this. Buy it now and then just refi. So
and then the prices go up as soon as the rates go down. So
100%.
you're gonna be trying to save half a point, but then you're gonna overpay for the same property. What, 30 grand?
You're gonna end up paying more.
Yeah,
technically.
Yeah. So,
but everyone on the sidelines is just more. You know, they're the experts. You know, just use common sense.
So just get educated. Call these guys. Get the info. Start taking action.
Fact based, right? Just fact based. No opinion stuff. All right, let's take a shot, man.
All right, let's go.
All right.
And it is tradition to do a shot with Mr. JT. And it is his birthday, man.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Come on.
25? How old are you?
37. Holy
Salute.
shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm older.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's smooth.
I don't know what the hell this is.
Smooth whiskey. Nomás falta un cigarrito.
Man,
That's later.
We can do a cigar
Well,
later.
we're trying to make this as like a cigar lounge.
Cigar lounge? That would be
Let's make
nice.
this a smoke shop.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another spin. Let's see what else we land on.
All right, let's see here.
So he got one of our new questions. Let's
That
see
was a new
number-
one.
Yeah.
I read that so poorly. We'll see how this one goes. 2 good and 2 bad things realtors do.
In general? Wow.
Yeah.
Bad things.
Let's start with the bad.
Start with the bad. In general, bad things. I feel like they're all about the deal.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Where they just come across with the commission breath. They don't provide that proper service.
Yeah.
And on that note, I guess another bad thing is that they don't educate the client on what the process is like.
Yeah.
They just kind of they get excited, and then so a lot of them do it without wanting to do it. You know,
Yeah.
they don't mean bad by it, but they don't know 100% the process, or they don't know how to articulate the process. As a result, they just kind of get into it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, the client's like, what do you mean there's earnest money? What is
They're just
earnest money?
fumbling through it.
And they're just kind of like going as they go.
Okay.
And it makes the process very
Sloppy, right?
Yeah, sloppy. And, you know, the client's not happy. There's a
Yeah.
lot of unknowns. Those I would say would be the 2 main things that I would see. 2 good things is if it's a professional agent,
Yeah.
they just kind of guide the client step by step. They're there.
smooth.
They're an advocate. They inform the client. That's the other thing. You got to inform them
Yeah.
because whether I like the house or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you like the house? What are your goals? What are your motivations?
Love
And then focus on their client's motivations. I think that would be the second good thing.
Yeah, man. I'll flip it. I'll say it for both realtors and lenders. I think for bad, I don't think sometimes they control the process, and maybe that's a rookie issue. But when you don't have control of the process, it is chaos for every aspect of it, man. It's chaos for the loan. It's chaos for the realtor side, the client.
I tell the guys that all the time. You got to set expectations,
gotta control
and they
it.
don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yes.
When you know that something might come up,
Yeah.
you got to set those expectations right away. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
That's
to.
key. That's
Yeah.
key. That's a great point because you need to give. I like to, when I do a buyer orientation, I always like to tell stories about worst case scenarios
Yeah.
just to kind of set the tone and set
Okay.
those expectations. Like that
Exactly.
one time my client painted a garage because they were FHA. What does this mean? Let me tell you.
Oh, well,
You
check
know?
this out. When I'm sure you guys dealt with this or still deal with it. Not that it's bad, but at some point we have to control it, right? So say, Noe, you pick up a client call at 9 p.m.
Mhm.
You just set the standard for Juan to pick up the call at 9 p.m. Right? So I think you guys have to articulate.
Oh,
we all
yeah.
have to articulate like,
Yeah.
hey, this is an exception, not the rule. I took your call, right? But
Yeah.
if Juan has to call you tomorrow, don't feel like this is bad.
True.
You
True.
know?
Very
and
true.
we all do that.
right.
But we got to control that process, right? And then for clients, right, they'll send us photos. You know, like, oh, shit.
I just posted about that today.
Yeah, it's like-
exactly.
But if you accept that one photo, then that's the standard.
Exactly.
So it's just we have to control the process, you know?
And setting the standard and expectation. That's key. That's
Yeah.
key. And you're right. You little things like that, even like
You don't
when
even think about it.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, a lot of people don't, you know.
Yeah.
And then the client just kind of follows you there and they expect it to be a thing.
Yeah.
So they're like, why aren't you picking up my call at 10 o'clock on a Saturday? You know?
Oh, and my favorite one, we get this on the lender side, I think more often than not. It's like, say a client calls Juan 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. The 11:30 phone call, he doesn't pick up. At 12:30, he calls you. Hey, man,
Oh, yeah.
where's Juan at?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you already spoke to him 3 times, buddy. But like he presented it as if he's dodging.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, we have to create a good expectation.
Yeah. Buyers are liars.
Yeah, sometimes. But we have to control it. I'm all about control, man.
Yeah.
That's why I love group chats because it keeps everyone honest.
True. Very true. Yeah.
Our group emails the same thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Because sometimes we'll get some unique documents, right? It's like, we got a McDonald's receipt. And they'll be like, where's the pre-approval? Well, what do I do with the McDonald's receipt, buddy? I need real documents.
Yeah.
So
Cool. That was a good question.
that was a good one.
That's a new one.
That's new.
Yeah.
I haven't seen these either. So
Yeah.
let's do another shot.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Gracias.
De nada.
There we go. Salud, fellas.
Salud.
Salud. It's Friday. I got Thanksgiving next week already. God.
Too fast.
Yeah.
You guys got plans?
Man, low key, man. Just hanging out with my mom, my brother.
Yeah.
Super low key.
We're all going to my dad's house. There's 50 of us, so it's gonna be packed.
Oh, yeah.
That's just his household.
That is awesome.
29 children.
My kids and my dogs.
Exactly.
Basically.
Man.
How about you? What are you doing?
We're actually traveling to Mexico.
Oh,
driving.
nice.
So we're taking a road trip. It's me, my wife, and our 2 daughters, 2 and 3.
Putting that CDL back to you.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah. So we're driving from here to the border, and then a straight shot to our hometown in
How long is
Mexico. 36-hour drive.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
a week long.
We're gonna be stopping for a lot of potty breaks and some.
Fuck that. Hold it. Go straight.
I'm actually doing the same in Christmas.
I'm putting on the girls' diapers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm driving
adult diapers into everybody. Let's go. We're going straight.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing in Christmas. I'm driving down to Texas.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's
So
awesome,
it'll be fun.
man. I used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Every summer we would go down to Mexico. I would just drive with the fam.
Yeah.
I started driving at 14, so I would help my mom and dad drive. So it was get there quicker. So it was always fun. But
never
now
been
it's
good with road trips, man.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I'm 6'2", but in my mind I feel like I'm 7 foot. I'm like I'm not comfortable after like 3 hours, man. It's like I want to just break through the door, stretch out.
It gets uncomfortable after a while for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you break it down, I think it's fine, right? Do some sightseeing along the way, maybe.
Yeah.
Do some strategic stops.
You sightsee a lot of gas stations.
Exactly. Have you seen this rest stop? Yeah.
Did you know that Norway has beautiful horses?
Really?
Yes. So horses are my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I've been meeting a lot of people with horses.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been blind.
I've seen some of your social media feeds.
Yeah, so I'm into not formal charreria, but colear, chasing bulls, knocking them down, going to rodeos.
That's crazy.
Holy damn!
I love that stuff. I love it. I grew up with
chasing bulls.
Yeah,
you talking about like this shit, like Olay?
Yeah, almost. So it's the Mexican rodeo where you have 60 meters to chase down a bull and knock it down with a certain technique, and you get scored on that.
What?
Yeah.
That's like, who thought of this?
I want to see Doug do this.
It should be fun. It should be
I would
fun.
be running towards the bull and I would like break my ankle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fun time. You guys should go. They do some of these events here locally.
I had not played
like where? Like Joliet?
Like Joliet, there's a couple ranches that do it. Out by Rockford, they end up doing it. It's kind of like a weekend thing, and then they have a bunch of bandas and a baile afterwards.
Is it dangerous?
It can be like any sport.
You're chasing a bull.
Yeah, you're chasing a bull. So yeah, it can be. It can be.
We're
But
playing hide and seek with a bull, playing tag.
When I ever see those running of the bulls, I'm like, why are people doing this? That kind of stuff.
And he's smiling.
I love it. I love it. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, we have a few people on the team that have horses too, and I was like so confused. Not to put her shit on blast, but Riley, I think, just got another horse.
Seriously?
Like I was like, I didn't even know about these things. Oh, that's crazy. Like, where do you keep them? What do you do?
It's a whole business. Now. Yeah, it's insane. It's the horse market blew up recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few of our realtor partners have horses. I'm like, where is everyone keeping these horses?
Yeah. Everyone's got is barns it to breed them and sell them, or
if you want, if you want, there's a lot of people. I was just doing some research. I'm in the market for another one, right?
So another horse or bull?
Yeah, another horse. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, this one's nice, and then they give you like all the bloodlines, and it's all these weird horse names because they're all like smart little gun. This Chicky, Lena, whatever. And then it's like, oh, how much? And it's a baby. It's like, oh yeah, this one's cheap, 40 grand. It's like,
what my God. Forget that.
I'm slanging horses.
Yeah. So
I'm doing lending and horses.
Yeah. So
this is crazy.
We're going to finance some horses.
Add that to the market
right now. We'll get you a horse.
All right, man. We're going to open it. It's going to be, we think differently with horses. Like it's new sign.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Once you start getting into that, you could buy a normal horse for a couple $1,000s, but it won't do much, right?
Well, after I know about a $40,000 horse, I don't want that $4,000.
And I think that's cheap if you start really looking into it. There's others that are like $100 grand plus.
What?
I was watching an auction.
Do they have like their horseshoes are like the spurs are made out of platinum and gold?
You still got to pay for that. That's extra.
Oh, that's separate.
That's extra.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, so it's
Different
it gets
world, man.
Yeah, it gets
Different
intense.
world.
It gets
I don't
intense.
know about that world. That's crazy.
Do you have any videos on the bull thing on you doing
Coleando?
it?
Yeah, I got a couple videos.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
check it out.
if you go, I think I put some stuff on
social
my
media?
social media.
Okay.
Can we
Yeah.
plug that in? Because I'm curious. Yeah,
So-
I want to see Noy just running after a bull.
Yeah, you might see me at least attempt. I'm not that good at
You
it,
haven't
right?
caught one
So at
yet?
least attempt, and then you'll see me with the whole outfit with
So when
the
you say
sombrero.
chase a bull, like you're tackling the bull, like what are we
So
doing?
it comes out of a door, and you
Okay.
have to get the horse to kind of be parallel
You're
with
on the
it.
horse chasing the bull.
Yeah, so you're on the horse,
Nope,
and then
no
as
chance
the
I'll ever
bull
do that.
comes out, there's a technique where you basically go right next to it, and you have to do it in a certain way where you have to saludar, pachonear, so you have to slap it, and then grab the tail.
I'm not gonna make.
What,
And
and
you
grab
have-
the tail?
Grab the tail, and you have to throw your leg up and wrap it underneath your knee,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
knock it down.
And you haven't been kicked in the face.
No, not yet.
What? What in the
Is your
world?
wife nervous about this?
Yeah, she has a hard time going.
I have a hard time
Oh,
going.
yeah.
That's
I'm
crazy.
just listening to
Yeah,
this. and
she
so
has a
scared.
good time when she's there. But yeah, if she sees anything out of place, she'll freak out.
Noy just said, I go and tickle the the bull. I punch it in the face, aggravate it. Like what? Then I get the win.
Then you get the win.
No,
yeah.
I pass, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll invite
I
you guys.
pass.
It'll be a good time. I mean, who
I
knows? You
wanna go
guys might
see it.
get
I won't go see
addicted
it. I'm
to
not going to
it.
participate. Maybe JT.
Next thing you
go
know, you
on
guys
out.
are paying 40 grand for a horse.
Right. That's the I'm in the market. Yeah. If you ever see me do that, I bet you I'm in an armor. Like I'm in a whole armor suit.
It's fun. It's a good time.
I
You
need
guys
some
should-
like bull insurance, I guess. I don't know.
there is insurance. I just found out about
What?
that.
Yeah, I would imagine,
Yeah,
man.
there
You
is
said you were
insurance.
playing around, poking their tails, and
Yeah,
there
That's
should be
crazy.
insurance for it. That's wild.
Yeah.
it's a good time. It's
I need
good
a better
time.
story in my life. I have nothing that cool.
Yeah.
Me either. Well, skydiving, maybe.
I haven't done that shit either. Fuck. All right, JT, we're doing some crazy shit for your birthday today, man.
All right.
We'll just climb a building or something. I don't know. That's crazy. Well, cheers to that. Was that the
Absolutely.
third?
No, we got one more
One
question.
more? One more question?
Yeah, yeah.
Got me all confused with the bull talk, man. How do you balance? This is another new one. How do you balance family life?
Oh wow, yeah. So I'm still working on it.
Work in progress.
Work in
Between the bull and
progress.
the chasing.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's no balance. It really. The best that I said once I started, me and my wife got on the same page. I'm blessed to have a beautiful wife that understands it. I
out,
think
wife.
that's the first and
You need,
foremost.
you need a good supporting.
Yes, because
What's your wife and your kids' names?
my wife Stacy, my daughters Sol and Luna.
Okay.
Sol and Luna
Sol
and
and Luna.
Stacy.
There we go.
Stacy.
Shout out to the Fragoso family.
The Fragoso family. They're my everything. But yeah, she's just an amazing woman because when she met me as a realtor and she wanted nothing to do with any realtors because her mom
You
used to
guys
be a
met at the
realtor.
bull event.
No, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with it. She liked
She's
it.
into it?
She liked it.
So she didn't want to date a realtor, but you were a realtor at
Yeah,
the time?
I was a realtor at
Oh,
the
yeah.
time, and she didn't want anything to do with it because I guess her mom did real estate for a couple of years. So she talks about how she was kind of jaded with her mom being busy all the time.
Got it.
And here I come and trying to convince her to marry me, and I'm a realtor, and you don't want anything to do with it. But she understood what it took, and she saw that everything that I did was for a reason, for the betterment of our family and everything. And I guess obviously it's not easy, but what I always try to do is just the communication. So it sounds crazy, but even things like she has access to my calendar.
Yeah.
So she sees, hey, he's doing a podcast. He's on appointments. He's here. He's there.
That's awesome.
And then
Wrestling
that
a
way
bull, yeah.
she knew wrestling a bull. that has to go on the calendar.
Yeah.
So that's one thing for me. Like I put everything on my
That's
calendar.
good time management for sure.
So
do
then
the same
she
thing.
sees it, and then we then get together and say, hey, what about us? Let's plan our
date nights.
time, our
Yeah.
date nights. And then I put it in the calendar.
I love it, man.
I do the same thing. I block out my calendar when I'm doing stuff with the family and kids, and I'm proactively thinking like every week, what am I going to do with family or kids? You know, family time. So that's just we need to do that.
Yeah.
'cause
You gotta block it
we're
out for
always
sure.
working.
Is your whole
Monday through
family on
Sunday.
the same page with that? Or you have
Just
it-
usually Alicia, but yeah, with the kids, they're pretty flexible. But obviously, I got to take care of her because she runs the show at the
Yeah, of
house.
course.
So,
Yeah,
Of course.
But you
Happy
always
with
make time
down.
for date nights though, so I think that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
How because I need advice.
Yeah.
How do you do that, because like I said, I'm a work in progress, but you get so caught up with work sometimes that, you know, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a whole month goes by.
Yeah, so I get emails and, you know, I love to do comedy shows, plays. So those will come out like, oh, this would be a good one to take her. So I'll just hey, just RSVP this date. I don't tell her what it is, and just make sure you're
that's
free.
awesome.
So and then we're gonna do this.
So you do surprises too.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You have to.
Very nice.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because if we're always working, then like you feel neglected, family feels neglected, so you got to make time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Very true.
It's also on perspective too. You know, I think when people are like work-life balance, I think people have different opinions. I think the new generation is like, don't work too much.
Yeah.
But I think balance is just having the ability to afford those luxuries and those special times with your family.
Yeah.
The fact that you get to drive to Mexico with your whole family, that's balanced.
It's funny you say that. The new generation doesn't want to work at all.
At all. They just want to just magically have
my kids come home like, oh my God, I had to work 40 hours. It was so hard. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Yeah. I don't mind work though, man. But like the fact that I could just travel if I want to travel, or, you know, go to any restaurant with your family, like that's balance.
Here's the key. If you love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
So that means they don't love what they're doing, because then it feels like work. Because I don't feel.
Yeah. One thing I did that helped me was I started to kind of incorporate targets. So like if I wanted to have this awesome vacation with my wife, I have to hit this goal.
In order to reward.
Yeah. To reward ourselves. And then what I did was like, all right, if I hit this goal, we'll do this. So I'm going to put my head down, go hard. You bear with me. But once I succeed, we'll celebrate and we'll take some time off.
The sacrifice leads to this.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
And that was always cool. And I've been able to kind of like, it's just weird how you kind of like put it out there, like trips to stuff that I never imagined I would even do, like trips to Maldives where you had that little hut over the water, Bali, Mexico, buying the dream car, all those little things that I always want. I always attach it to a goal.
Good
so it puts me into action to do things that way.
And that's a blessing in itself, man. And that's why that's balance to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Have you hit all your goals?
Yes. Thankfully, thank God.
Awesome.
You know, gracias a Dios.
Next goal, we're wrestling bears.
Yes, but and then you always find new goals.
Buy the $100,000 horse.
Yeah, there you go.
There's always a new goal on the horizon. So, but it's really cool to kind of see, like, you know, growing up, you know, you have setbacks. Like I had to drop out of school. To me, that was a setback. It wasn't a goal that I accomplished, right? But then it's like, you know, things happen for a reason. So what is something that I could accomplish, and you work your butt off to obtain it, and then you have success, and then you start to then reap the rewards of it. And then in this career, that's kind of what I ended up doing, that it kind of helped me to make it fun, because then you got to put up with things that you don't want to put up with, which is working long hours and at all times. Yeah. So it definitely helps with that for sure.
And there's a path, and you got to be aware of what the path looks like, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be hard. It's supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
You know, one of my mentors back in the day used to say, like, you should try to fail. And I was like, that's dumb. And then like, now I kind of get it. Like, you have to fail.
Oh, yeah.
You're not trying shit if you're not failing, right?
Yeah.
You're not doing
Very
things.
true.
That makes sense.
Very true. And a lot of people are so scared to fail.
Right? Like ruins are like, I don't know.
You got to get out of your comfort zone.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's why we keep trying new things here, man. Yeah. If we fail, we mess something up, we just pivot.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Right? So. Like what you guys are doing, it's awesome. Because like this, I think a lot of people will have the idea, let's put ourselves on the internet, you know, but to actually take the action to do it and
it's consistency
and then
too.
Stay consistent with it, because some people will try it once or twice.
Yeah.
You know,
even though most realtors are scared to come on the podcast. They think that like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. I'm like, no, we're just having a conversation. We're just talking.
It's very hard to get people to like. Now that I'm on the training side of things, it's just to get them to
commitment.
Like, hey, I want to get a client. Well, call people.
Right.
You know, like talk to somebody.
Right. Who'd you
like,
talk to? Like,
how do I do that?
Try this magical word.
Pick up pick up the phone, go to the store, get in front of somebody and say hi. You know?
I'm saying, does everybody in your phone book know that you're a realtor?
It starts with your center of influence, you know, little things like that. But they all want like the magic pill. No. Like, if I do
the leads to come in.
It's not easy, man. It's not supposed to be. You know, the barrier of entry here is there's no barrier, right?
There is no, you know.
Dude, you know what's crazy, Noe? 47% of realtors last year closed 0 loans.
It's
that right. So the shit isn't easy.
Yeah.
So just because you got a license, you're not just magically entitled to success.
And then unfortunately that leads to obviously the bad reputation that a lot of people get in this industry. You know?
So same with loan officers, no barrier, just pass that test, right? Yeah. I mean, you got paid to take the test, but like, all right, there's a lot of loan officers that don't do anything.
Right.
So
it gets hard. It's hard. And then you guys want to excel. You have a system, you have a process, and you operate at a certain standard, and it differentiates you, and it shows as a result.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I used to be mad about like the poor performers, the low performers, and I think you even said that you're like, well, that makes you look better.
Yeah,
but
very true. Very.
I don't know, man. I feel like there should be a bigger barrier of entry. Still,
Cool.
At the end of the day, the cream rises to the top. So
for sure,
the ones that work hard, set the standard, communicate, provide good service, they're the ones that have success.
But yeah, when you get licensed, just because you post, I'm a realtor, buy or sell with me, that does not get business.
No.
Go work.
No. Got to put in the work.
Yeah. Let's take this shot.
Last shot.
All right.
Gracias.
All right, guys. Salud.
All right, salud.
No, pleasure.
All right, Noy. So, we made it through the will. All we have left, man, is just what you got going on. Any new listings, events?
Yeah, just more coleaderas, chasing more bulls.
I want to go to one, man.
Definitely invite you guys to the next one for sure. Obviously, with the winter, everything's kind of quiet until the spring, but I'll let you guys know. But as far as events, right now we're probably coordinating a business planning retreat. Just here locally, opening it up to other agents here in the market by the end of the year. Get people on track for 2025, and then just basically help as many local agents or people that want to get into the industry level up and be true professionals. Because just like what we were talking about, it's a beautiful industry, whether you're a lender or a realtor. And the barrier to entry is low, but you can make a beautiful, beautiful career and have 100%. amazing lifestyle. So what we want to do is help people get educated, get the skills, develop, and have success. Change their lives.
If you want to wrestle bears and mooses and bulls, go to this retreat.
Yes,
right?
Yes. Because whatever you want to do, you can do. So if you don't want to wrestle a bear, you want to wrestle something else, that's fine. You know?
Just wrestle somebody.
But most salespeople, like realtors, agents, they don't have a business plan.
No.
So that's what you have to all about. Get a business plan. What's your goals for next year?
Yeah. And just having
how do you get to those goals?
And just have those conversations consistently. Because sometimes, some offices, they'll talk to you about a business plan, but they don't hold you accountable to it. Yeah. We have these calls and these meetings on the daily. So we're always with the team and with the company in general.
That's cool.
So we have a bi-weekly sales meeting, a weekly local Chicago pack meeting, and every day we role play. Every week we have a coaching corner. So
role play is where it's at. I love role play.
Yeah,
everyone's so scared of that too.
Yeah. So we make it easily accessible. People just click the link. If you could do it from home.
That's cool, man.
We click the link and do it wherever.
Can we put his link on that too, man? Because I think that's good for like the new talent. That's super cool.
Absolutely. So
that's awesome, man. Well, hey, man, thanks again for coming.
Thank you guys.
I know you got some bulls to wrestle today. So I appreciate it. I think this was fire. Good content, good info for the crew, and I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you guys.
Cool. All right. Thanks,
Noah. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's cool. I did not know about that, man. That's insane. So you one day were like, I want to wrestle that bull.
I grew up with that stuff. It was kind of like a cultural thing for us,